Doing in reference to when they damage teeth. See, my roots of my teeth are measured and documented, and they're naturally thick. And when the government man had damaged my teeth, they had skinned it down to the roots. Like the roots of my teeth are like the size of a pinky. Like my front roots of my teeth are really big, naturally, like my mother and father. But when that man has damaged the front teeth, it skinned it down to the root, which is naturally thick in my front teeth. You know, it's thick. And then what that does is that messes up the size of the teeth. And then these idiots try to make up lies about the thickness of a person's teeth. But every time they do that, you can see in reference to the arch of the gum above the tooth, where you can see that they had damaged it back, where the arch had like say for instance the tooth was at the edge naturally, and then they had damaged the tooth and was sliding it back. And see, the root naturally tries to produce the dentin and enamel. When the dentin gets to a certain size, it creates a harder shell on the outside of the dentin, which is what they call the enamel. But when they have damaged it, you can always tell in reference to the palate, the thickness of the palate of a person's front of their mouth, how thick and how big their teeth are. In reference to the roots and the thickness of the tooth at the gum area. And in reference to these people damaging my teeth, they tried to call them fake. But as them damaging it, you could see that they were digging into and under the arch of the gum that goes over each individual tooth. And you could see that the roots of my teeth are documented too in the front. And they're naturally really thick. All of them are. Like my parents. But this man, when he had damaged it down to the root and stole and damaged, or they had cut and stole some of the roots of my front teeth. And when they had done that, or when they had damaged it, it diminished the size. But then the dentin and the enamel still try to grow from that piece of tissue, which messes up your upper lip, messes up the structure of your face. So when they had damaged the teeth, they were making me burp, it still produced dentin. Then they kept damaging it and kept damaging it. And then the thinner it got, the more messed up it looks. My teeth are documented. The roots of my teeth are documented. This man tried to say, oh, he thought you had veneers. No, man. You can tell from the arch of the gums whether a person has veneers or not. In reference to real teeth. If you have damaged, and my teeth naturally grow in front of that arch, meaning they're naturally thick. And it's documented in x-rays too. And MRI information. And body scans. And Dr. Chu, even in California, even has that on record too. And so does a few other doctors that know in reference to my facial scan or my dentistry, information. But when they had damaged the size and thickness of the root. And then it shows that the arch of the gum is like a balcony over. It balcons over, a balcony kind of thing, or like there's like as you can see in the pictures, they had damaged it back. That means they had damaged the size of the roots. Because you can tell in reference to like inside your mouth and like the part of on the back side of your teeth, they can tell how thick that is. And then they know how thick the tooth is. So when these men tried to make up shit damaging my teeth, I've never had any dentistry on my front teeth. My front teeth are real, and everything's real. All my teeth are real. But these people had damaged it and stole some of the root of my front teeth. And then the teeth tried to regrow. they were trying to heal, and then it covers up again with enamel. But then they had burnt it again and tried to steal more of the roots of my teeth and the tissue of my teeth. And then it skinned it again. And then the enamel tries to grow, and the dentin tries to grow. See, in reference to a person's teeth, the root of your teeth, or root of my teeth, is almost the whole length almost of my front teeth, the whole length. Because the roots of my teeth are naturally big and long. So in reference to the root of the teeth, when they had damaged it, they skinned it down to the tissue, and then the tissue that was still there tried to regrow the dentin and the enamel. And the dentin and the enamel, see, the tooth expands. They'll try to grow and heal all the way back to the way they were before, because that's the natural circulation process of the tissue. And this man's a hater. And this man, look at the restraining orders from the 80s. If this man is anybody associated with any of the people that had restraining orders on them for trying to hurt me or kidnapping me before, those motherfuckers get put on trial for the death penalty. No fucking matter what. Or life in prison. And they have to do really hard time in prison, whoever these bad people are. Like or prison labor or chain gang shit. You know that, right? But in reference to them, this fucking man tried to claim he thought somebody had veneers on their teeth. When my teeth and my fingernail tips are really white. Like, so basically somebody say, well, who is this man? When did you claim you had ever seen me? So you see somebody out there with white teeth in the world, and then you jump them and attack them, and you fuck up their teeth because of why? Because you're sick in your fucking brain? I've been famous my whole life, man. So we need to see your history of who you are and your history of your people stalking me, government man. And your terrorism. See, when they backdate your history of people citing you and hearing you slandering my character in your government position, they know you're a goddamn liar. They know you have a history of stalking me. A history of trying to rape me, you dirty fucking faggot, man. That's what you have tried to do. And you must get put on trial for execution or life imprisonment.